To do parametrics, all you have to do is pretty much first establish your parametrics. Should be in. Oh, there we go. Parametrics. You can open up your tools for parametrics, or so these are the parametric tools. This can be 2D or 3D. So it doesn't matter which one you're working with. It can be both 3D or 2D. Doesn't affect it. But I do recommend going top view for this. You will have either option of going to right click and opening up a parametrics toolbar. You can go to parametrics over here. You can type it in, or I believe you can add another panel for your ribbons that are parametrics. That's like the third option. I prefer doing this because it gives you all the tools at once and it's easy. The main concern that you need to worry about is working with this right here. If you hold left mouse click hold, you'll get all the options for the parametrics. You got basically let's get that one. Perpendicular, parallel, tangent, horizontal, vertical, collinear, concentric, smooth, symmetric, unequal, and lock. Alright, so basically I'll go over each one. What I want you guys to do right now is just draw some simple couple lines, 3 lines or so. We'll work with these as to learn parametrics. So basically, I'll go one by one. So, I can't even say that word. So I'm just gonna,
Coincident.
is it? Alright, coincident. So, coincidence is basically, like as it states, you select 2 points and they become attached. So you can do that example they're showing. As long as my computer isn't dying. Alright, so I actually have a line here, a line here. Select that tool, select one point, the other point, and it moves it into position. Now they're actually locked into place. If I start moving this object, that point reestablishes itself and that line still connects to it. So that's the idea, is no matter what you do, this doesn't change. Even if you move from here, or if you move this one, it's still going to be connected to this one. So that's basic one in SolidWorks, or what, here in this class.
Yeah.
Alright. The next one is perpendicular. Same as exact aspect, except it makes something perpendicular. So it's pretty much like setting up fillet at 0 and making the lines perpendicular to each other. Again, if I move the points, these 2 lines are still going to be perpendicular no matter how I affect the other ones. It's really weird at this point. Go back. So let's go do one at a time. Still perpendicular no matter what angle I place it at to that line. Another option after that is parallel, where you make one line parallel to the other, and you can actually see the symbols. Now you can turn these off. There's an off button that turns them all off, so it's just that light that's off. You turn them all on with the light that's on, and you can just turn off or turn on by selecting each one. Clicking show or hide. So I click on this half lit, half unlit light, and you just select the line, and then you specify by clicking space or enter, deciding which one you want to show or hide the actual parametrics. Next option for that is also you can delete it. There's an X here, but that doesn't actually delete it, just deletes it from C. What you want to do is, if you want to remove it, you have to right click and click delete. At that point, it will be deleted and it's no longer parallel to this line, but it's still perpendicular to this line. Again, show parallel to these 2 lines. So if I move this one line, it's still exactly parallel to this line. This is more important in industrial applications like engineering, if you're making one dimension bigger or smaller, it affects all the other, which is really good. It's more precise. But sometimes you want to fudge things, so you might not want to use it. SolidWorks and Inventor are based upon using Parmetrics. This is just a feeling of it. So tangent, well, it's a circle. You need a circle, so draw in a circle. Go to tangent, select the actual, and they're going to be tangent to each other. Another actual tool, which is nice, is the horizontal. This horizontal tool establishes to your XY coordinates. So see this line? If it's not straight, it will be now, based on your X coordinate. It shows that symbol. That's the horizontal symbol. Your next symbol will be a vertical symbol. So you can make something vertical, like so. After that, you got linear, so it makes one line aligned to the other, like shown. So I'll do it again. So this one's off a little bit. I go to lineal, select one, select the other, the lines, which may be necessary for a project you're working on, may not. Concentric, that's getting a circle in a circle. So if you go to concentric, like so, places a circle in the circle. And if I move one circle or expand a circle, so if I move this one, it moves the little one too. The actual dimensions are not specified yet. We'll get into that. Smooth. I'm going to skip that one because that's more into splines. You can just smooth it out like it's shown in the video. Not the video, but the preview. Hold on to it. So if you select base 1 to 2, it just smooths it out. So it actually extends the actual one arc and connects those 2 points. Symmetric mirroring, it's pretty much you mirror one object to the other based on a mirror line. So let's say I have this, that's my mirror line. Go second and symmetric line right there, and they get symmetric. So that one equal, well, that's easy. One is equal to the other, so they're both equal size. After that, you can reduce them or extend it, and they both will do the same thing. So they both get larger. Fixed is a actual pretty useful tool. Fix allows you to fix an object somewhere, a point. So if I want to place this point right here and leave it there, that way I can't move the object at all, but I can still stretch it from the other point. Okay, wait, that's perpendicular, so I got to delete this one. Okay, try. Once you have too many of these, it's going to be hard to keep track, so there we go. I can still angle it, but I can't move it from that locked position right here. That dot is locked, and it cannot be moved. You can unlock it by just deleting it. It's an easy way to do it. And again, these are all to show them and turn them off. This one is actually to provide with an object with all its constraints as it is. So let's see if I have a rectangle that was exploded. Explode to exploded. So each party is separate. If I select this auto constraint and I select the whole box, it gives me all the constraints based upon the actual drawing. Some of these might be useful that you want, some of them might not be, so you gotta be careful when you're working with this. So I got 2 parallels right here, 1 horizontal fix to my XY coordinates, and a perpendicular at the corner. So, but again, you can still, if you extend that point, it gets larger. Oops, alright, delete that. Delete this points. So that is giving it constraints using parametrics. And the next most important one actually would be to do dimensional constraints. Each one is based upon the regular dimensioning system, so I'm not going to explain them, but it just allows you to lock in a specified dimension. Oops. So if I wanted to, from point to point, I have a dimension here, point, and it's going to actually set up for a D1. A D1 is it's a default name, but if you want to actually put a name for it, so I say I call it face 1, and I give it a specified distance, 32. It actually readjusts it to that specified amount, and if that's parallel to somebody else or equal to, it's going to change the other line also. So if I make, where's equal? This line equal to this, you can see if I change this again to, let's say, to a really small number, like 2. Wait, 1 minute. Didn't I do equal? There we go. Sorry, it has to be double equal. Missed that one. Again, that readjusts it because it's equal, and that's the driving force right here. Is the fixed dimension. Again, you can use other dimensioning systems, arcs, uh, angles, angular, and again, there's the same tools are for turning them on and off. So this one is just selecting and turning it off or on, show or hide, or you can just turn all of them on, all of them off. And this one's the delete the constraints. So if you have an object with the rectangle, you just want to delete all of them, you can just select and delete. Our next option is the tools, which ones you can use. The straight bar, I'm not going to go through that. It's more in depth with that. And the next key factor is the FX, or which is a parameters manager. This allows you to, since you have them named, the dimensions. I called mine face 1, and I give it a specified size. I can change that right now, and if I zoom out, it got bigger. It got to 12. Again, to prove my point, I'm going to make this smaller, minimize, and it got really small. So it's nice if you have a couple of these. So if you change one thing, it changes all the other values, and you have to worry about anything else. This is really useful in engineering, and if you guys take any of the programs like SolidWorks or Inventor, they use that a lot. It's their whole basis is on that. So that's why I think AutoCAD decided to place this in Autodesk itself, uh, so that you guys can get a feeling of how it works, and hopefully get you interested in their other products, of course. So that's how they make their money. All right.